Mater Dei High School, where the Monarchs had a tough football season last year. Mater Dei missed the playoffs for the first time since the 80s. Mater Dei's a lot better this year. They're 3-0. Might be the best Mater Dei team we've seen in quite a few years. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to OCVarsity.com for our Gridiron Show. It is week 4. I'm Steve Fryer here with Dan Albano and Carlos Arias. And behind the camera and doing all the cool things, making us look good, Jonathan Khamis. Fellas, we got a full slate of pretty good games. We got some state-ranked teams playing each other, and nationally ranked teams coming into town as well. Let's take a look at the schedule. First of all, we talked about Mater Dei a little bit on the intro. They're playing Edison. Now, these are two really good defensive teams, both coming off of shutouts. We saw last week that Mater Dei just belted Santa Monica with 51-0, and Edison played a great defensive game against Servite. Fellas, I tell you what, I have seen Edison play twice. They look really good on defense. They are fast on defense. They're ferocious, don't miss tackles. You see a bunch of Charger helmets all over the football. Pretty tough game. Carlos, what's your make on this one? Who's going to win?
Well, I got to tell you right now, I really like this Edison team too. I've only seen them once, but I hear great things from last week's game. They still got to find that consistency on offense. Marquise Ross has to get the running game going. They got to go behind that big old offensive line. Torgerson's got to start being consistent, but Edison's all about defense this year. And they just went out and outslugged Servite. That's Servite style, and they just took it to them. That's huge to me. Mater Dei's on a roll right now. They're blowing up on offense, but I really think if Edison can shut down the run game, they can focus on the passing game, and they can do damage. I'm taking Edison.
All right, what do you think of that one, Danny?
You know, I think this is potentially the game of the year. In the non-league season, this is such a good game. Both teams have got great offensive lines. Both teams are playing really good defense. They're playing really good team ball. But my pick's going to be Mater Dei because I think at some point these teams are going to kind of cancel themselves out in terms of great defenses. Both can play defense. Both got great line play. And I think it's going to be guys. You're going to have some playmakers. Some guys are going to step up. And the guy I like so much on Mater Dei is Thomas Duarte, where I think he's a matchup nightmare for Edison and most teams because of his size and the way he can stretch the field, things he can do. So I think it's going to be a really close game. Coming down the wire, last year was a great game that Mater Dei barely pulled out, but I like Mater Dei to win.
For more on Mater Dei football, we caught up with Coach Bruce Rollinson and a couple of the Monarchs players.
We have a great cohesive unit, and I think that's a lot to do with the success.
We've been all working hard. We don't want to repeat last year, and it's gone. It's in the past, so we're focused on this year.
Basically, going into the league, we want to obviously be 5-0, but besides that, we just want to have our basic assignments down and just be ready, be going on all sides of the ball.
Mater Dei football is back. We're a whole different team from last year. I believe that this year we're stronger, bigger, faster, and we're going to do some damage.
Okay, next game on the schedule to talk about, we got St. Bonaventure against Santa Margarita. Two teams ranked in the state rankings. We got St. Bonaventure, last I checked, number 14 against number 1 in the state, Santa Margarita. Santa Margarita also number 2 in the nation, and a couple rankings here and there. But I think Santa Margarita's on a ridiculous roll. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, huge games. Huge game for the Pac-5 division. This is big ramifications. Yeah. Very important game for both teams. Santa Margarita can really continue to have that grip on the number 1 spot. But I like the Eagles. Just too much balance on offense, and their defense is just playing lights out. I thought that was going to be the question mark coming into the season, was their defense. They lost a lot of guys from last year's team, but these guys are really playing well as a unit. So they seem like they have no weaknesses right now.
Yeah, and St. Bonaventure, number 4 in the Pac-5 division. What do you think, Carlos?
Yeah, St. Bonaventure, though, remember, guys, has a lot to prove. They're coming into the Pac-5. They're ranked in the top 10 in the state, ranked in the top 5 in the Pac-5. They have a big win over Centennial of Corona. They went on the road and beat Redlands East Valley. These guys aren't no chumps, man. These guys have been taking out people for a long time. So, this is going to be a tough one. I think Santa Margarita is going to pull it out, though.
And another battle of undefeated teams. We got Chaparral of Temecula, number 20 in the state, against number 7 in the state, Tesoro. Both teams 4-0. Boy, Tesoro's looked really good so far. They played a couple good teams last week. They did what they should have done. They played Colony of Ontario and just wiped them out as we expected. This is a really good test, maybe the best test so far of the year for Tesoro's Titans. But I think Tesoro looks pretty good. I got them winning this game. What do you think, Carlos?
Yeah, you know what? Tesoro, this is a great test for them. Chaparral just 2 weeks ago went down and beat Oceanside in a really big game, 40-30. Oceanside, always a top contender. They got a kid named Justin Harris who ran for 221 yards. But I like Tesoro's ground and pound style. when Coach Brian Barnes, wants to prove, how tough Tesoro is, they just hammered away with Nate Tago. Matt Adam can run the ball too and, get passes off here and there, but they really love the ground and pound. I love Tesoro in this game.
So who's going to be 5-0 after this one, Dan? Is we going to have Chaparral? We're going to have Tesoro at 5-0.
I was taking some grief on Twitter this week from some folks at Mission Viejo. I'm sorry I don't have their handle right now for Twitter, but they took some offense that I said Tesoro was the best. I think they took offense that I said Tesoro was the best public high school right now in Orange County. So they're my pick, Tesoro. So much returning from last year's semifinals team, so much on the offensive line. And, they got a great running back in Nate Tago. Adam can move the pocket. They can really run the ball well. So I think they're going to get the victory.
So a lot of good football, a lot of good discussion at OCVarsity.com. Yeah, we put our top 10s up there. We also put up a lot of cool video, a lot of great game stories, a lot of profiles of everything going on in Orange County football here at OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.